Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the Akim out there pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth and to the hopeful elect. Um, last night? Yeah, no, yesterday I had watched this movie on Netflix called Leave the World Behind. A lot of brothers are doing videos on this. A lot of brothers are doing lessons off of this video, and I couldn't help but do the same because while watching this movie, just different precepts were going through my mind, and it makes you think about Jacob's trouble, and just all out chaos being taken place, and you know whether it's a financial collapse or because basically this movie is about like telecommunications basically goes down, and like without not giving too much of it away, but that's basically the gist of the video of the movie. All communications go down, and you know different things start to take place. And I was also doing some research, and I came across this. It's called a Carrington event, and it is an event that took place. Let me just read it. The Carrington event was the most intense geomagnetic storm in record history, peaking from the 1st to 2nd September 1859. During solar cycle 10, it created strong auroral displays that were reported globally and caused sparking and even fires in multiple telegraph stations. So it's also known as a CME. And what happened with this, as you can see, the damage, severe damage to telegraph stations worldwide. So, it took out communications. Obviously, there's no internet and whatnot, you know, back in 1859. But if you watch the movie, and I recommend that you do watch it. Watch it with a spiritual eye, and it goes into some type of event happening, and I researched this event right here, and it's an event like I said that took place in 1859, and it took down the telegraph, basically took down communications. This is another article I came across. How a EMP or GMD could destroy the power grid and create chaos. And that's what you've seen in that movie, was just chaos. Chaos from one stage to the other. Just going to read a little bit of this article. Perhaps the most devastating thing that could happen in any developed country would be a widespread catastrophic damage to its electrical power grid. And this is something that the prophets have been talking about, a possibility that could happen, where a EMP or could basically cause all communications to go down, and which would erupt in chaos, A lot of people would start to panic. No internet. You can't go to the bank. There would be a lot of looting and whatnot, and this would be a perfect way for the elites to bring in their system, you know, which is that MOTB. Let me get back to this. Nearly everything in an industrialized nation relies on electricity to function. Without it, normal water supplies, sewer systems, and communication services are cut off. Furthermore, things like food, transportation are quickly affected when power is down for extended periods. And these are all things that took place within this movie, because the telecommunications was down. You know, it was just chaos, and you know the average person is not going to know how to maneuver in these times, or know what to believe. But us that are in this truth, the ones that follow Yahweh Shem Shai, we're not going to be rattled when things like this take place. A severe electromagnetic pulse (EMP) or geomagnetic disturbance (GMD) event could take the power grid down for months and possibly even for years. And then here it also goes into the CME, which is what I was reading about prior. And I'm not going to read the whole article, but you get the gist of it. And then I also came across this, how it says, you know, how something like this, the scientists are predicting something like this to take place in 2025. And we know 2025 is just around the corner. So wouldn't that be interesting for a movie like that sort to come out now? And you know how these devils are. They just tell on themselves. But the average person is going to see it as entertainment, and not think anything of it. Yeah, so this was just something that I found interesting. Again, it's the Carlington event, and I'm just gonna go into some precepts that kind of back up and go into certain things that I seen in this movie. This is Matthew 19, chapter 28. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit on the throne of his glory, he also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And that's the elect. And everyone that has forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life. And just like this movie is called Leave the World Behind, that is exactly what the elect are going to do in these times. They're going to leave this world behind, you know because everything you know on this side is in vain. Nothing is everlasting. There's only everlasting and immortality within this truth, and that's through Yahweh Shem Shai. And those people that are going to forsake their mother, their brother, their wife, and just different things of this world, you know, are going to receive a hundredfold, and they are the ones who are going to inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. We're not fools to this. We know that evil is just going to increase within, these latter days, and things are going to become even more wicked. And this is even more reason to depart from this place, to detach, from the things of society. There's nothing wrong with, enjoying, little things, but, we cannot be consumed with the things of this world, and this is all going back to the title, we leave the world behind, you know, and, we have to be aware of our surroundings. You know, have our head, you know, on a swivel. We gotta be paying attention to the things that are going on around us. Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. So, we're being told that, we depart from this place, because this is not our rest. Our rest will be in the kingdom. Our rest will be in righteousness when, Yahweh Shai is ruler, you know. When everyone is going to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that is when we will be able to rest. But right now we cannot rest in this place. This is not this place is not a proper resting ground. There's always something for us to worry about. So, we have to, detach from the things of this world. We need to depart from it because it's polluted, and it'll corrupt us. It'll make us go off. It will serve us, to the slaughter. You will be judged. If you do not, depart from this place. You're going to be judged, and taste that fire, taste those nukes. Lord willing, you know, we're a part of the elect. We'll be a part of that first remnant. This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. And this is something, that you will see in this movie. Certain events and things are, start to happen, and they start bugging out because they don't know what to believe. They don't want to believe the worst. They just want to believe it's like it's a little hoax, it's a little game, and that's exactly how, 2/3 of our people are going to believe, or that's what they're going to believe when, shit start popping off. They're gonna just think that, it'll blow over, but it's just gonna get worse and worse as Jacob's trouble, starts to really, intensify. People are going to be, seeking peace. They're going to be thinking, how are we going to get ourselves out of that? And a lot of them are going to be deceived by the wicked, because they're going to come in with their, with their system and their chip and whatnot. So they're going to be going to that for peace, but it's only going to be destruction, when they lean onto, the government and Esau, the wicked. Good for them. We could care less. We only care about the body, this brotherhood. Everything else will have to be forgotten. We pray that the Lord will keep a hedge over our family, but we we know that we could lose it all. But like it says, like it said in Matthew, you know, those 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 who lose it all on this side is just going to receive a hundredfold, just like like what happened to Job. Back to this, Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 26. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. They shall seek. They shall. Salakia. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and the counsel from the ancients. So when 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 all hell starts breaking loose, then people are going to be looking for the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai for answers, for directions. But you know, just like in this movie, if there was, if communications were to go down, then you're not gonna find the prophets. You're not gonna find them on the internet. And if you find them on the highways and byways, that would only be through the will of the Lord. Because I'm pretty sure when all hell starts to break, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahshai is not going to have his prophets out there, you know, on the highways and on the highways and byways, preaching his word. I could be wrong, but that time the elect could be sealed, and at this point, it'll be, you know, the elect will have to put what they have learned, into action. Not to say that other people will not be saved during, these times, but now is that time to hearken unto the word. Now we are given that grace period to correct and to fix ourselves and to build ourselves up, because we know difficult times are coming. And these elites, they show it in these movies. They show you exactly what they're capable of doing, and they show exactly what power they have, and how they can manipulate and make people think what they want to think. But all that power is given onto them through Yahweh. He's the one that's giving him the power to do so. Just said that the world was given into the hand of the wicked. So they think they're in control, but really it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So verse 27, the king shall mourn and the prince shall be clothed with desolation, and the hands of the people of the land shall be troubled. I will do unto them after their way, and according to their deserts will I judge them, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. So, people are going to be judged in these times. They're going to be troubled with fear. This is Amos chapter 8, starting at verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, our power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it. And this is beautiful right here, because damn well know if telecommunications were to go out, that right there would be famine of the word. You can't just click on the internet and you won't be able to find answers. If you did not care to learn about the truth in these times, and you're going to want to try to seek it when your back's against the wall, it's going to be too late. And it says, it's saying right here, you know, they shall go from east, to north. They're going to go to and fro, and they will not find it. And they're going to be troubled. They're going to be troubled in these times. Even while I was watching it, I was watching the movie with my woman. I could just see like the fear and the worry in her face. And meanwhile, I'm watching it and I'm just like, you know, that's why, this is why we are putting in this work now. This is why the men of the Lord are putting in this work now, so that when times like this start to happen, we'll have nothing to fear, and put it all in the hands of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and pray and have faith that He'll deliver us out of whatever situation that we may see ourselves in. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 5. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not peace. Because people are going to be in fear. And if there's no internet or whatever, especially at nighttime, man, no lights, everything out there is pitch dark, people are going to be in fear. You women out here, you prideful women, you're going to be in fear. Ones that think they don't need no man, they're going to be seeking a man in these times, and they're not going to care what you look like, what materialistic things you may have, of fear and not peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Because fear is a great, vibration of fear is going to be, out there in the times of Jacob's trouble. Going to be in fear when they see, Yahweh Shai crack those clouds, in all His glory, on His massive chariot. They're going to be in fear then. They're going to be in fear when, they don't know what the hell to believe, Just like in the movie, they're turning on the news looking for answers. And I was talking to my elder at camp like 2 weeks ago about that. Just like how when, we went through the C-19, the average person would turn on the news for the instructions, while the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushai turn to our elders, our teachers, our apostles, our fellow brothers. Turn to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, first starting, for direction. And that's the average person is gonna do. And in the movie they tried to turn on the TV to the news, but they wasn't getting nothing. All it was is emergency broadcast, and we know there's been a lot of emergency broadcasting tests going on in these last few years. A shitload. I've never seen them put out so much tests as you do now. Like every few months they're putting out alerts. Verse 3, alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Those ones that believe on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Lord is going to save them out of that trouble. This is Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And you see this in the, referring back to the movie, you see this, where it's neighbor against neighbor, you know, friend turned foe. No one's going to want to trust anyone in these times. Everyone's going to be looking out for themselves. For they shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. They're not going to give two shits about the authorities, or, you know, the space and privacy or property of people. It's going to be, you know, you're in survival mode then. So no one's going to care about the other person, for the most part. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And referring back to the movie, you see this. There's a scene where, he's... I don't want to give away the movie, but it's definitely a good watch. But yeah, man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. That's going to happen during Jacob's trouble, checkpoints all over the place, where just, the cities are going to be, little pockets of just chaos. People are not going to know where to go. They're going to want to be able to go from this town to this town. They're not going to be able to. They might need the chip, or, the whole city that town or city could be on fire, and you can't get in there, or you have no ways of getting there. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And last precept. Amos chapter 5, starting at verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is darkness and not light. So, especially these just like the apostles like to call them wacky-tacky Christians. They like to think of the day of the Lord as, some great day, where they'll be able to escape judgment. But it's not that at all. Because when Yahweh Shai comes back, it's going to be, mass death being taking place, mass judgment. Nothing light about it. It's only going to be, light towards the elect. But to everybody else, it's going to be, that day of darkness, that day, that doomsday for them. As a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. So during Jacob's trouble, there's going to be, it's one thing after the other, one thing after the other. You think you got out of another situation, now you find yourself in another situation. You made it past this checkpoint, now you got to worry about this other checkpoint. You're able to evade whatever the hell it is, but it's going to be a constant thing. Like it says in this, flee from a lion only to be met by a bear. Went into a house thinking you're safe, you lean your hand on the wall, and then you get bit by a serpent. Poison, dead. shall not the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? I hate and despise your feast days, and I will not and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. I think that's the point I wanted. That was basically the point. Yeah, so that's all the precepts I have. And like I said, I recommend you go watch this movie, Leave the World Behind, and it's on Netflix. And if you want to, look up this, the Carlington event, and how a solar cycle, could basically take down telecommunications, and this is something that that is being talked about. So it's a thing. So I would like to end this lesson. Give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, and salutations to all the Akim out there pushing this truth to all the four corners of the earth and to the hopeful elect. It's time to leave this world behind and follow Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Shalom.